Okay, Team Time Trialers, here we go. It is 2 laps of Richmond's UCI Worlds course. We have 8.5 kilometers that starts pretty flat, and then we have another 8.5 kilometers that's lumpy. 3 big hills that are in there, and then we have to do it all again. Let's take a look at the DS notes, as always, link in the top right corner so that you can download these for yourselves. My top tip as we're going through this race, you want to get as many riders as you can, hopefully the whole team, through lap 1 so that they can all help on that 8.5 kilometer flat at the start of lap 2. That's going to make a critical difference if you can pull that off. If we look at the bikes, I think this is dealer's choice. Lighter riders will want to accentuate their aero-ness so that they can stay with everybody else on the flat, with the heavier riders or the weaker riders are going to want to mitigate their weight for those 3 hills in order to stay together. I think Tron is a good balanced bike, but you might want to accentuate either weight or aero as you go. I'm doing some times. I haven't done that for a while, but here we go. And Doppio, there's no Vienna class for Doppio, 44 minutes for the mixed. Espresso, 39.51 for the Vienna, and 45.12 for the mixed. Frappe, 52.12 for the Vienna, and 46 exactly for the mixed. Latte, 56.30 for Vienna, and 50.45 for the mixed. And last but not least, Mocha at 57 for the ladies and 57.30 for the mixed. Well, that doesn't seem right, but there we go. That is to get you into the Platinum League. More than anything else, not a top 1 position, but a top 11 position for the whole group. Let's just jump into the ride. It's a false flat as you come out of the pen to just past the gate. Basically, this course has something for everyone. It's got that long flat, and actually there's 2 sections of flat in here, but that long flat 8.5 kilometers before you drop down. The key, as I said on the DS notes, really is about how many people you can get through lap 1 to help you on the flat of lap 2. That's going to be the one critical thing that you can do that'll make a difference here. So on lap 1, set a fast but a steady pace that you can sustain. Lap 2 strategy is going to totally depend on how many people you get through. The more you have, the faster you'll go. If I've said that once, I've apparently said it 3 times. Either way, we should be riding in formation for this first 8.4 kilometers. Now, I did say that it's flat, but there is this little bump up, not actually all that little. It bumps up, it does hit 4, maybe even 5%, not for long, and then it just drags a little bit at 2-3% up the hill here. It'll affect your speed, but shouldn't make much difference other than that. Shouldn't strain you too much. Well, since it's a little bit flat, let's just do my big shout out. So here are the Coffee Club contributors. I'm really struggling with naming here, but Coffee Club contributors, these are all the guys that have donated 1 or more coffee to the Sherpa Dave Fund. So massive shout out to every one of you guys and the teams that you ride for. And of course, donating coffee is not the only way that you can help out Sherpa Dave. The channel is benefited most from everybody sharing the link, sharing the DS notes, and contributing with comments and subscribes, all of that stuff. So absolutely, those are the things to be doing if you want to support the channel. Enough of that rubbish. Let's just jump back on with the ride. Alright, we're just coming up to the first sprint. Of course, we don't care about this sprint because we are a team doing a team time trial. Intermediates mean nothing to us. Do be aware, I forgot to mention it when we came onto the cobbles. Going from the tarmac to the cobbles does make a little bit of a momentum change, and it will affect your speed slightly. You'll be a little bit slower on the cobbles. But you guys know all that. And here we go back onto tarmac. Ignore that little turnaround I did then.
I don't cross my T's, I don't dot my I's, I won't say pretty please.
Alright, off in the distance now we can see the second sprint gate. Now, while we don't care about sprints, this one is very handy because it tells us we've only got 1 kilometer to go before the downhill starts, or rather the lumpy stuff starts. Round this bend, and we have about 500 meters left. Now we have about 200 meters left. The first set of traffic lights that you can see, the first intersection, that's where the descent starts. Here we go. Now it's a descent of almost 1 kilometer, but it is broken up between a 500 meter, a little flat, and then another 400 meter drop down. So be aware of that, descend together. Alright, we're on the flat now, so power through this. And we're back on the descent. If there's teams ahead of you, you might see them on the other side of the road here. If you've got the energy, you can wave to them. Right, we're back on the flat now for another few kilometers. Flat to 12.3 on lap 1, 28.7 on lap 2. Now at this little dog leg there is a bump up, you can see it in the grade. Just power through it, stay together, stay in formation, it'll be over in a jiffy. And then it's flat again, there is a little bump down, but don't worry about that. And then it's flat again. In the mini-map you can see in the corner Libby Hill. Don't worry about it for now though. This building that you go underneath is a great marker telling you that you're getting close to Libby Hill. As you go around this tight hairpin, it's time to start getting yourselves into your climbing position for Libby Hill. Whatever formation you decide to go with, you should be thinking about it now. Only 100 meters or so. The start of the hill is just around this bend. There's the marker. It doesn't really kick in immediately, but it's good to know it's there. So it starts a fairly straight length, as you can see, on tarmac, and then it switches to cobbles as we go up. And it starts winding around. The problem with the winding around is really just knowing where you are on the hill. Luckily the mini-map is there to help you with that, but you can see it goes around and around once we hit those cobbles. And I've got the real life picture of Libby Hill there up on screen as well, so you can know what you'd be dealing with if you were riding this for real. The trick is just to push through and get over this, whatever it takes. That's not much of a strategy, I know, but there you go, it's what I got. And then recover really quickly at the top. You've got a 400 meters of flat before the descent, and you really want to be together as fast as you can. You will split on that ascent, almost certainly, and you just want to get together as fast as you can. Alright, we're on the descent now. Hopefully you're all together. 400 meters. Pretty sharp descent. You might be able to super tuck here. If you can, all power to you. And we're straight in as we hit this bend. We are straight into the ascent of 23rd Street. So hopefully you're prepared. And this is a straight shot up at average 10%, peaking at 12, but staying fairly stable in the 8 to 12% range. It's on cobbles. That doesn't help the situation, but it is much shorter at just 260 meters. Alright, again, you've got a short, flattish top before the hill really kicks in as you go around this bend. You can see it there, and down we go. You might again be able to super tuck. It won't be for long.
There's something going on inside of me. I feel it growing stronger every beat.
Get the power on here. You want to maintain the speed that you picked up on that descent, and you'll only do that if you're on the pedals. And you're still descending, but at -1, that's not going to give you a lot of speed. So you really want to be pushing again here. Get back in formation and drive on up. If this looks familiar, it should. That's the descent, that big descent that we came down. Main Street, I think it is. Alright, just grind up here, 5%. It kicks up a bit as we go around the bend. Up to 8. Oh, 10 for a split second, but that doesn't matter. It's 8 here around the bend. And it slackens off a little bit more as we go. Heavier riders, you've got to give 110%. We really want you to make it around the bend and onto the flat for the second lap. I guess the second lap, if you're on this part, then it's okay to drop those heavier riders at this point. They've given everything that they can give to get you here. And now it's a false flat all the way to the end. And this never fails to feel really hard. It's only 1%, but after the climbing you just did on those 3 jumps up, this is tough. 200 meters. 100 meter. We're almost there. You can smell it. There we go. All right, I'm going to leave you with the DS notes. There's another link in the top right again for you to download it. I will leave you with the bike suggestions, not choices, just suggestions. And of course well, not of course, because it's the first time in a while, the target times to get you to the Platinum League. Between now and Thursday, ride on everybody.